Happy new moon, everybody. I'm gonna go share this link. Share. Copy link. All right, so I'm gonna get started, guys. It is Gemini season. I have my Gemini Sacred Wisdom Candle. Gemini is all about intelligence and intellect. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I already have the names in the jar with some chamomile and honey. I've been letting it sit for a little bit. Um, with it being Gemini season, my mind is clear, but kind of like on mute a little bit. So for those who are just new with us, I typically go through every herb that we add and give all the details on the herb. But this time, I'm just going to do it on live with you guys. And if you want specific names of things and how they work, it's like 13 other videos. I do this live every new moon. So, of course, we're starting off with shredded money. We have this Venus retrograde going on, And what I like to think of with Venus retrograde, being that Venus only retrogrades every 2.5 years compared to our normal Mercury retrograde, which happens every 3 months. So with this Venus retrograde going on until June 25th, Venus retrograde is all about lost reflections. Oftentimes in relationships, they end and we, point the finger and this person is to blame. And we forget to see our role and take our accountability so that we can heal and, make those changes that might help us bring in the love that we desire. I'm looking for catnip. There we go. So, with this Venus retrograde, please remember to see yourself and others, that reflection, and if you're doing any Venus and love magic, we should keep in mind that Venus sees love as attention. Venus does not speak Earth, it doesn't speak Jupiter, it just speaks Venus. And Venus understands love by what we give attention to. So, be sure that we are giving attention to things that we truly want to manifest. Gemini season is is an air element, and Gemini is the first air zodiac. So we consider it like the baby of the zodiacs. So Gemini isn't as mature, and so it sometimes does things for attention or radicalness or, to strike a nerve versus intelligence. And that's what it's learning. And that's what we're learning through Gemini season as we go from Taurus season. In Taurus season, we learned values, and now in Gemini, we want to make sure that we are speaking values and valuable things. Make sure that we are thinking valuable things, expressing our appreciation and gratitude. We have a great blog on our website, thepriestesshood.org. We have a Gemini season blog and a new moon blog, both written by Tony. So please be sure to check out that blog. She goes into a lot of details and great affirmations that we can use during this Gemini season. Ways to get through it and utilize the energy as best as possible. I love cinnamon sticks, guys. You can even burn cinnamon sticks. I have one over there I had burnt earlier. We love sage, but it's so much other stuff we can burn. Adding more lavender. Lavender is the herb of Gemini. This is a great herb to drink. A great herb for baths, incense, essential oils, things like that. Lavender is an air element. Lavender is also used in love spells. It's something really known for attracting masculine energy. More catnip. Y'all know I love my catnip. we're doing is just packing it down with all of our herbs and goodies. I didn't get crystals, so I'm going to get crystals in just a minute. It's finally a good weather to come outside. I am usually out here most of the day. This is where all my witchy stuff is. This is my personal Midas touch, so we're definitely adding our Midas touch potion. Get some of this gold flake out. As you can see, all of our jars up top. I don't know if you can see all of them. I'll try to get it. But all of our jars are up top that we've been doing, guys. Let me get some crystals. Alright, so of course I found blue crystals. We have some. This is called lipidite. I really like this Mecca. It's like a bluish but kind of aqua. I really like it. It's super pretty. Make sure our crystals are seen. Then I have some black tourmaline. These are kind of like, oh, this is smoky quartz. I don't think I'm going to use that one. It's a blue stone, more lipidite, and of course snowflake obsidian. I guess I want it to be in there. Make sure I put it around. Let's stick this in there. So I put my business card in, so it basically sits at the front. I'm going to continue adding chamomile. I want the crystals to show. Now I'm going to add avocado oil, green. This is great for money and love. Coconut oil, water element. Is great for flow, letting things flow. Psychic energy. A lot of requests that we got this season, of course, was for abundance, but also for psychic abilities. And so those who did, you know, request those psychic abilities, the dope thing about this season is intelligence of Gemini season, in that is the key to psychic abilities. You know, psychic abilities are like the sixth sense. So in order to have a powerful sixth sense, you'll need to make sure that you strengthen your first five senses, making sure that you are trusting what you see, trusting what you hear, trusting what you you know, feel, and really trusting those first five senses, you know, and using your intelligence to then formulate what you are being, you know, given, or your psychic ability. Psychic being, you know, knowing, of course. So psychic abilities and intelligence really go hand in hand. It's something I've been meaning to discuss. The third eye. So Gemini is typically associated with this third eye, or this wisdom, And a lot of people see the chakras as just, you know, going down through the body, but they actually flow through the body. So our crown chakra is above our head, and then remember, this side of the brain controls this side of the body, and this side of the brain controls this side of the body. So for us to have great psychic abilities or intel abilities, this is why we focus on the third eye, because it determines how that information, intelligence, or, you know, wisdom is downloaded. When it downloads, it wants to cross precisely across, and then, you know, create your reality. So things come down and cross. So what happens is some people, based on their download or mental, their crown chakra, they may download, they may cross this way or cross a little off, and then they get maybe a blurry perception. So we just want to make sure that we're clear and receiving that intelligence and that light clear, letting it go to the brain, our perception. Right here, we determine, is it fact? Is it fiction? Is it usable? Is it, you know, trash? Why are we even having these thoughts? And then we project, you know, into our other chakras, our throat chakra, our heart, and down to the root chakra. So make sure, that's why lavender is really good. You can put it on your third eye. You can put purple crystals on your third eye. A great thing to keep this crown chakra clear is affirmations, because the mind will go off and wandering all over into left field sometimes. And you know, having affirmations: I'm amazing, I'm powerful, I'm great, I'm wise, I'm knowledgeable, I'm kind, I'm loved, I'm giving. Those things help to ground that mind, so we can just keep it here versus being all over the place. So to strengthen that psychic ability, we want to, you know, deal with right here. Things like that. I am, let me get this going. Okay, I had to get my charger back going. So, this Gemini season, guys, we want to make sure we have clear thoughts. It's a great time to learn something new, pick up a book, you know, um, learn from the world around us, whether it's from a tree or a bird, or, you know, an animal or a child. Gemini is all about intelligence. In astrology, when we want to know a person's intelligence or their, you know, how smart a person is really something they're born with. And we look at those Mercury energies of Gemini and Virgo and things like that, and Leo and things like that, to see the person's, you know, intelligence ability. So Mercury is a great time for intelligence. Gemini is the opposite of Sagittarius. So some of the key words of Sagittarius are like spontaneous and passionate, but also overindulging. So all of us know Geminis. They can come off as overindulging, whether it's food or drink or activity or drugs. They can be overindulgent. So this season, we want to work on our overindulgence. Find out, you know, what part of our mind, or when did we start having these addictions. It's a lot of people who want to cut back on addictive behaviors this season. And, you know, another great tool is replacing it with something. So if you are a smoker, or, you know, any bad habit, you just want to replace it with something else. Replace it with something like, you know, affirmation, so your brain doesn't think to do that. You know, exercise. but we'll definitely be saying affirmations for those people, and I'll be sure to create a list for those people. So my jar is complete. I'm gonna do a couple more things. Let me show what the jar looks like inside. It's basically just all of the honey, all of the money, the crystals. I filled it to the very top. And then I'm going to dress my crystals and show you guys how I do this. Some flowers every day. So this is how I dress my candles. I'll move some of this. I am going to, of course, use my Midas touch. This will help any herbs or anything stick on it. Let's start off with this blue one today. Of course, blue is the color of Gemini, planet Mercury. Some lavender. And then I have an altar over here. I'll take a picture and post it later. And this is where I put the jar, or in the house or wherever I am during the season. It's a little, it feels great outside. It's supposed to be raining the next 7 days. So we will be enjoying this weather. And then when I have no problem getting messy, guys. A little messy. So, my napkins. What I will do is find my honey, place my honey on top. This helps keep the candle in place. You can burn the bottom, whatever you feel like. And this will help keep my candlestick there. I will go through my list that I have of everybody on the list and do my prayers with the candle before I light it up. Go through the list and visualizations. You know, so I'll basically just, you know, be here like this and close my eyes and visualize everyone's intention. If I know what you look like, I will think of what you look like, or what you're asking and things like that, to see the best possible outcome. Again, make sure this season that we are using our mental abilities to project what we desire and not what we fear. The mind, you know, with the world we live in and the way we're programmed, it's easy to come up with 100 bad things. So this season, if we really notice how our mind works, we're going to make sure that we are focusing on the best possible outcomes and not the, you know, worst possible outcomes. So, happy new moon. I will be sure, and I'll start uploading pictures on the YouTube feed. Everybody has YouTube and can check the feed. Be sure that you subscribe so you can get those updates. Happy new moon. Here's our beautiful jar for this season. Thank you guys. Talk to y'all later.